Even though meat rows might sound a little weird, they're beautiful on a charcuterie board. If you've ever looked at them in amazement, I'm going to show you how easy they are to make for yourself.
My name is Tara Reed, and before we get into the video, I want to make sure you have hit that subscribe button and also the bell so YouTube knows that you want to be notified every time we post a new video so that you can DIY the party so they think you hired a pro. Now let's get started.
I'm going to show you how to make a rose out of pepperoni or salami using a wine glass or a mason jar. The size rose that you get depends on how wide the top of your glass is. So the first one we're going to make is a salami rose. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your circles and you're just going to fold it over the glass. And just keep moving around the glass and folding it down. It's deceivingly simple. You can do this with anything that's round. You can do it with cheeses as well, as long as they're not going to crack. So as long as it's a bendable cheese, you could make it out of provolone cheese, different softer cheeses into circles, and then you're just going to keep going, overlapping, and folding them pretty tight in there. And this is one of those garnishes that's really not very hard to make, but will really impress people, because most people don't know how to do it. The main thing is to try and get it folded pretty tight so that when you flip it over and put it down, it's not going to fall apart. And then you're just going to gently take that off, and look at how beautiful that is. Now, if we wanted it to be a little bit bigger, we could use the mason jar. So let's try mason jar and see how that is different. You'll see this one is much wider. It has a little bit more salami than that one, but not a lot more. But because this rim is thicker and wider than this one, it gave us a much bigger rose. So this would be better for a really large charcuterie board, where this is going to be better for one that you would use for a small group. I had a really hard time finding anything smaller than this. Even a shot glass was this size. So I'm going to try this. It's kind of a beaker. This point might be a problem, but it's definitely smaller. So you need either like a straight edge shot glass, or I don't know how many people have little measuring beakers in their house, but something really, really small around to do a pepperoni. You want to fill that in as much as you can so that you get a nice tight center to your rose. And it worked. So you'll notice this is a lot tighter in the center because I really got a lot more meat in the center when I was filling this up, and these are a little bit more open. This one's even more open. So this was the salami on this, a wider glass and a wider round than this. So this edge is thinner, so you could fold it tighter, and it was also smaller than this one. So this is for this, this is for this, this is for this. I'm just going to cut a petal shape. And one end will go under the rose, so I just didn't make that as much of a point because I didn't want to lose as much of the cheese for that one. Then you can just place that under. Look how cute that looks.